Happy New Year. Happy 2024. I can't believe it's been just over a month since we got our first official look at GTA 6. And it's going to be just over a year until we get to play it. I doubt it's coming out in January 2025, but, we'll see. 2025, that's confirmed, as we can see here at the end of the trailer. But that got me thinking, what kind of things are we going to be seeing this year in terms of GTA 6? What kind of trailers are we going to get? What announcements are we going to see? So I wanted to go through them with you and kind of my thoughts with you and start a discussion and see what other people think. And what I ended up doing is basically going through and looking at the development kind of timelines or the release timelines for GTA 5 and for Red Dead Redemption 2. And I put these rather dodgy charts together to kind of illustrate what happened with those timelines, and then I'll get on to what I think we're going to see this year and from GTA 6 and what potential release dates we're looking at. So GTA 5, it was announced, as you can see here, in October 2011, the 25th, and then about a week or so later, the first trailer came out, November 2nd, 2011. And then we had nearly an entire year until we heard anything else. Now, I will say that this is kind of the main milestones I've charted out here. There were other things in between. There were kind of screenshots released. There were a few kind of details sprinkled here and there throughout the media of what was going on. And, Rockstar did kind of do interviews and release certain information. So it wasn't completely dry, but it was between November 2011 and October 2012, nearly an entire month before there was any kind of concrete information about release. And that was when in October 2012, Rockstar announced that the release window would be spring 2013. Sorry, that was when it was initially due to be released. And then, thankfully, a month after that, more than a year after the first trailer, we got the second trailer. And I think the day before or something, pre-orders were announced. So this trailer kind of ends with pre-order now. And then just a couple of months later, in January 2013, the release date was changed. So instead of spring 2013, it was announced as the 17th of September 2013, which is more autumn, I suppose. So it kind of set back a few months. Then a couple of months later, in April, we got the cover art, what the cover of the game would look like. And then just a couple of weeks later, we got character trailers, which is kind of the third trailer, but they split it into three. They had a Michael, Franklin, and Trevor trailer, but I think you can kind of see all three in one video online. So that's technically, I suppose, the third trailer. And then a couple of months, or 3 months or so after that, in July, we got the gameplay trailer, which was that. I believe that, I think that's the one where it's quite long and you have the woman talking over it. Basically, it's quite detailed, explaining everything you can do in the game, the new features, a bit about the characters, a bit about the missions, a bit about the storyline, a bit about Los Santos, San Andreas. So that's obviously something we're kind of gagging for with GTA 6. We'd love more information like that, but as we'll see, I think we've got a bit of time before we get to that. A month later, we got the online gameplay video, which is what they called it. I guess it's a bit of a trailer, but it's essentially a proper look at GTA Online. And then we had what they called the official trailer a week or so later. The official trailer is essentially the last trailer we see. So it's kind of a release trailer, I guess. I don't know why they called it the official trailer, because they're all official trailers, but that's what they called it, and it's the last trailer we see. And then a month after that, in September 2013, the game is released on console, obviously, which at that time was PS3 and Xbox One. God, that just makes you realize how long ago it was. We're on PS5 and Xbox Series X or Series S, and then a month after that, as is typical with Rockstar games, the online version, GTA Online, which kind of revolutionized the way that we play Grand Theft Auto Online, that came out, and it's come a long way since then. It's still going. There's just recently been an update for it, which I think is something we'll maybe talk about a bit later. But then, so that's kind of a nearly 2 year time scale. October 2011 announced, and then the GTA Online released in October 2013. If we look at Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel a bit like I'm kind of giving like a corporate talk presentation or like slideshow thing, but I promise we'll get to GTA 6 in just a second. Red Dead Redemption 2 is very similar, like 2 year time scale here. So it was announced in October 2016, and the release window was fall or autumn if you're not in the US, 2017. Obviously it was delayed, but then just a couple of days after it was announced, the first trailer was released, October 2016 again. And then in May 2017, so quite a it's quite a long time in between then, there was a new release window announced. So they were kind of very quick with announcing that it would be out in fall 2017, and they were obviously quite optimistic. But as we know, there were a lot of kind of problems. So they announced that it would instead be coming out in spring 2018, and then nothing until September, when we got I say nothing, but as I said before, there would have been kind of some sort of promotional material going around. A second trailer in September, and then the next year, a few months later, in February 2018, a new release date. So instead, it started as fall 2017, then spring 2018, and then the new release date is the 16th of October 2018, which is, nearly winter 2018. So pushed back quite a bit. Then a couple of months later, in May 2018, we got the third trailer and the cover art. I think the cover art was maybe revealed just before. And then in June, pre-orders, it opened to pre-orders. And in August 2018, we got a gameplay trailer. In October, we got a second gameplay trailer. And then we also got, in the same month, the launch trailer. And then, of course, the game was released in that same month. So in October 2018, we got 2 trailers and the release of the game. And then Red Dead Redemption Online was released in November 2018. Now, the thing is with both of these games, which makes it hard to kind of map out what we could see with GTA 6, is that these 2 games were both heavily delayed, particularly Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, Rockstar does have a habit of delaying its games, and we kind of just accept it because we know that, we don't want a game that's half finished or that's full of bugs. We want a properly polished game. And we know that Rockstar's going to make an amazing game anyway, so, we don't mind waiting a few months if we have to. But that makes it hard to kind of predict what will happen with GTA 6, because we don't know if it'll be delayed or if it won't be. Hopefully it won't be, but, Rockstar does kind of have form with this. But all we know so far is that GTA 6 will be released in 2025, next year. And I think the reason they've kept it as just 2025 is, I think they've deliberately kept it vague. They don't want to be doing what they did with Red Dead Redemption 2. They probably learned their lesson, and they don't want to say, spring 2025, and then they have to bring it out in September or October. So, I don't think there's any risk, hopefully, touch wood, that, it'll be pushed to 2026. Oh God, wouldn't that be painful? But, I've set out two different theories. One is my kind of primary thinking at the moment, which is that it will come out early 2025. And my second theory, or the second kind of timeline I set out, is if it's delayed or if it comes out late 2025. But I will click over to this GTA 6 timeline. So if we start at the beginning, February the 4th, 2022 is when Rockstar confirmed that development was well underway on the next entry in the GTA series, which we now know as GTA 6. In December 2023, just a month ago, we got the first trailer and we got that release window of 2025. Now, from here on, it's complete speculation. But if my theory that it's coming out in early 2025, if that theory is true, then we're going to get a lot of content this year. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. But I don't think we're going to get anything immediately. I think, the release of the trailer last month was huge, and, everyone was talking about it. So I think they're going to let it cool down a bit and let kind of anticipation build back up and let speculation build back up. So I've put in here a possible second trailer in June. I don't think we're going to get anything in the next few months. I think June, maybe July. I think around the summer we'll be getting a nice new trailer. And then if all goes to plan, a release date, kind of more concrete release date in August. Then in October, a new trailer, and maybe the cover art being revealed as well. As I say, this is kind of going off what's previously been done, but this, as you can see, is a much shrunk down version of what we've seen previously, because what I started to realize when doing this is that the kind of if it is going to come out in early 2025, then it's hard to fit in all of those things in a way that kind of gives a lot of time in between, if you know what I mean. So it's a lot more condensed. We're getting stuff a bit more regularly, which, obviously the other two games were delayed, as I said, so it's hard to kind of judge what will happen. But, there is also the chance that if this happens, the Rockstar might want to do things differently. I mean, there has been so much hype for this game, and we've been waiting for more than 10 years for it. So they could end up releasing a load of stuff really quickly, like this kind of plan lays out, and then release the game in early 2025. Or alternatively, they could just give us one more trailer and then just kind of sprinkle a little thing here or there and see what will happen. They could do like very little publicity, but I do not think that is going to happen. I think they're going to go mad with publicity. I think we're going to see, this is something I'll talk about in a bit, but I think we're going to see a lot of publicity for this game. Where was I? So October, I think they may open to pre-orders, maybe October, November, maybe. And then I think we'll get a gameplay trailer in early December, just like we did with the first trailer. And then we could get an online trailer in January, the next month. And then the launch trailer in March 2025. And then the game released in March 2025. And the new online, whatever form that takes, whether it's a refresh of GTA Online as it is, or whether it's a new game, we don't know. We have no idea. That's a topic for another video. But I would expect that to come out a month after, as has been typical. So you're probably looking at that and thinking that is absolutely bizarre. There's no way this will happen, and maybe it won't. I don't know, but my thinking is early 2025, mainly because this. You've probably seen a lot of talk about this. Take-Two, the Rockstar's parent company, their earnings call last year, I think it was, where they talked about they were expecting to kind of rake in a lot of money, something like $8 billion, I think it was, something like that, in fiscal 2025, which for Take-Two, the fiscal year runs from beginning of April to the end of March. So that would be the end of March 2025. So, the only way they could kind of rake in all that extra cash is through releasing a game, presumably. So I would think, at least at the moment, until we hear an official date, that maybe they're aiming for that. It might not be the case that that's actually when it comes out, but I would think that they may be aiming for that kind of period. And we know it's 2025. I do not think it would be January. I think January is probably a silly time to release a game. Although, obviously, this is going to be absolutely huge. I think January, everyone's still kind of recovering from Christmas, and a lot of people don't have a lot of money in January because they've spent loads of money on Christmas presents. It's kind of a start to a new year. Everyone's a bit all over the place. And I think February is maybe a bit too soon as well. So I'm putting it on March. I suppose it could be February. But, basically basing it on the fact that Rockstar or Take-Two are expecting a lot of kind of a big increase in cash at that time. Obviously, it could be completely wrong. But I think at least at this time, as I said, they're aiming for that kind of March 2025. Could be wrong. But here's the other theory. Also, potentially, if there are delays, because, the first one didn't really factor in any delays, but this one, which, kind of speculates that it's August or September maybe, which was what September was, as I pointed out, September 2013 was when GTA 5 came out, so we could see a similar thing. But again, GTA 5 was delayed, so you could fit delays into this plan theoretically as well. So we have development well underway in February 2022, trailer 1 in December 2023, and then I've put trailer 2 in August 2024. So that's quite a long wait between now and then. It's 8 months. And then a release date in September, quite soon after. Maybe trailer 3 in November. And cover art also revealed around the same time. And then maybe pre-orders in December. I think the pre-orders are kind of opening up quite early, but I imagine that, there's going to be such huge demand for this that they maybe want the pre-orders to be as open as long as possible. And this plan also, talking about what I was talking about before, with the fiscal year, I did take into account that maybe the increase in earnings could be from pre-orders, but I don't think they would make as much money from pre-orders. I don't think they make that much money from pre-orders in the grand scheme of things. I think a lot of people pre-order it, obviously, but I think a lot more people go out and buy it at the time. So yeah, December 2024 could open to pre-orders, and then May 2025 we could get a gameplay trailer, that longer trailer that has the woman voicing over it, and then an online trailer maybe in June, shortly after, and then the launch trailer in August 2025, and the game released in August 2025 or September. I'm kind of leaning towards August or September at this point. I still do think it will be March though. But we'll see. I could be completely wrong. And then the new online released in 2025, September 2025. So those are my two theories. That's the one. I'm leaning more towards this one at the moment, the March 2025. But this also, as I say, doesn't take into account the potential delays, and it's very possible that this game will be delayed because, as I say, Rockstar has got form. So at the moment, this video isn't really about predicting a date when it will come out. I'll probably make another video at another point. Maybe my views will change, but March 2025 or August/September 2025, we'll see. But this video was meant to be about what we will see in 2024. So I think we're going to get a lot, actually. I think Rockstar is really going to, especially if it is early 2025, I think Rockstar's really going to be ramping up its promotion for this game. Now it's out there. Now, we've seen the characters, we've seen the trailer, we've seen the logo. I think Rockstar's really going to go wild. And obviously you look at this and, you get the odd trailer here or there. But I think in between these kind of trailers and announcements, we're going to be getting screenshots. We're going to be getting maybe exclusive interviews with, senior Rockstar figures, with kind of games magazines or websites or, IGN or something like that. I think there's going to be a series of those. I think there's going to be kind of, maybe not this year, maybe towards the end of the year. I think we're going to be seeing, especially if October is around October, if pre-orders are announced, we might be seeing kind of a big, billboards and so on, like we kind of did with GTA 5. I think, they're going to go wild on the promotion for this game. To be honest, do they need to? I don't know. The demand is already there, but, do they want to reach a wider audience? Maybe, I recognize that we talk about it all the time and we watch YouTube videos and I make these YouTube videos talking about it, but there are probably a lot of other people that don't watch, maybe played GTA 5, didn't continue playing GTA Online for all this time, and now kind of don't really engage with GTA stuff, but would love to play GTA 6. So, this doesn't take into account those kinds of promotional materials in between, which I think are going to be aplenty. Also, it doesn't take into account, I should say, all the they're not included, but I do take these into account and think they will be happening. There's potential for more leaks. The development of GTA 6 has been very, very leaky, and every time you think, right, Rockstar must have got things under control now, there seems to be more content leaked. We got leaks, we obviously got the major leaks in 2022 or 2021, I can't remember when it was now, but it was 2022, wasn't it? We got those major leaks, we got a series of other leaks, we got the alleged leaks just before the trailer was announced, and then the trailer was leaked itself, prompting Rockstar to post it a day earlier than they had planned. So you think it's under control, but I would not be surprised if there were more leaks coming. I don't know what's going on, but this seems to be a very leaky game. So that could push it back as well. I don't know the ins and outs of what would be happening, but it is possible that this would be delayed, as I said. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I think we will, in terms of what we'll get in 2024 this year, I think we've got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. At least 2 trailers either way. and hopefully much more content and lots more to discuss. Let me know what you think of these plans, this one here and this one. When do you think it's coming out? What do you think we're going to get this year? Hopefully lots.